Paula, the Crazy Cross Stitch Lady. Welcome to my craft room. I am so happy that you all are here today. I feel like I've got a really exciting little episode for you, and I'm excited about some of the things that I'm going to show you today. So I really appreciate everybody who has joined us on the journey. I appreciate my current subscribers and the ones who are new to me. Thank you so much for joining. If you like what you see in the craft room, please click the like button and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done that. And that will just show me that I'm doing what I need to do and that I'm doing things that bring you joy, make you happy. And so we'll just go from there. So if you, and I feel like I'm kind of out of breath, so I apologize because my allergies have been acting up like crazy. It's Kentucky weather and it was really warm. I mean, like super warm up in the 80s, the 90s. And then this past weekend, it just dropped and we were getting highs in the 50s, low 60s. And it was rather cool this weekend. And I sort of liked it as long as I didn't have to be out in it a long time. But we kind of made a drop and I think it's supposed to go back up again. So my allergies did not appreciate that very much, I don't think. Plus we live in a river valley, so that doesn't help either. So I do apologize for that if you hear me coughing or clearing my throat or, you know, all the lovely stuff that goes with it. So, and if you're suffering with that, I feel you. I feel you very much. So anyway, let's see, as I was saying, I've lost track here. So this will probably be a longer video maybe than I normally do, which is perfectly fine with all of the stuff that I'm wanting to put into this one, and I'm excited about it. So just make yourself comfortable, get your favorite project that you're working on, get your favorite drink that you like to have, or get some snacks, and just kind of curl up and make yourself comfy and just enjoy the video as we go through. So I'm going to start out. What I'm going to do is start out with my normal FlossTube stuff. So I'm going to do that. And I got another Stitch Quarterly from Fat Quarter Shop. Every 3 months they get you a new one. So they're kind of piling up on me, but I've decided that in my new 5 project rotation that I'm doing, one of them will always be a Stitch Quarterly. So until or when I get tired of them and decide I don't want to be in the club anymore, I will just continue to update you on these projects. And maybe at some point, if you're not in the club, something may strike your fancy, you might be interested and want to join. So I want to show you each time that I get one of those, just so you can see everything that's in it and see if it might be worth your while. So I'm going to show you that and show you my whips, and I've got a finish, so I'm going to show you that. And then we're going to talk about a little visit that I made over this past weekend, and we're going to talk about this special weekend that I had, and I had so much fun. So we'll talk about that after I get through some of this other stuff. Now, I do want to let you know that with my regular floss tubes, I always put timestamps in the description. So if at any point maybe you don't have time or you don't want to watch certain portions of it, you can always go to the timestamps and it will take you to the different parts. So I'll have a timestamp for each of the pieces that I'm showing you that's part of my regular floss tube. I'll have a timestamp for the Stitch Quarterly, and then for these other parts I'm going to show you, I will have timestamps for those. So if you want to jump straight to those, you can do that. Usually the only time I don't do timestamps is if I'm doing a tutorial and it's typically on one thing, so there's not really a way to divide it up. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started with this. All right, so I'm going to start out with my shout out like I typically do. And the shout out for this time is a FlossTube channel called the 502 Stitcher. The 502 Stitcher, her name is Paula, and she is from Louisville, so she is a Kentucky Stitcher, so I wanted to feature a Kentucky one this time. I've been watching her for a little while. She talks about her family and what's going on with her family, so you get an idea of who she is and what's going on in her life. And she also is a new stitcher. She's been stitching probably at this point for maybe about a year or so. And I was just amazed at the number of projects that she was putting out. I mean, she was stitching things left and right. I'm like, how in the world have you stitched so many things? And she's been finishing stuff and it just looks wonderful. So I thought, she's just a natural at it. And so she's got some really interesting projects that she's been working on. So if you are also from Kentucky and you're interested in finding some more Kentucky stitchers to watch, then check her out. I will put a link to her channel down in the description. It's called the 502 Stitcher. She's called that because the area code for Louisville is 502. We've got a couple of different area codes in our state. Well, I guess now we've got 3. We used to just have 2. It used to be 502 and then 606, and now we've got 502, 270, and I think we still have 606. I have to look that up. I was like, I didn't even look that up. But anyway, so even if you're not from the state, if you're interested in just checking out some more floss tubes maybe that you had not seen before, please check her out and see what you think, and maybe you can add her to your rotation. Okay, so let me go over my whips. So I told you last time that I wanted to limit my rotation to 5. And I've been working with that for the last few weeks. And 5 seems to be the sweet spot. I don't do it like by days or anything because I'm not retired yet. And work sometimes, with work, I'm lucky if I can get 30 minutes in a night. So I decided to, because I'm timing my projects anyway, so I'm going to put in about 3 hours for a project, and then I'll rotate it, go to the next project, work on it for about 3 hours, and just keep rotating so that it stays exciting for me. I don't get bored, but it's not so much that it's overwhelming. So sometimes you just have to experiment with things and find your sweet spots, especially if you're a newer stitcher. You may want to start out small with maybe a couple of projects. Now, when I started out, I was a monogamous stitcher. I didn't stitch anything. I had like one thing and I stitched it until it was completely done. And I really didn't, the FlossTube wasn't here. I mean, YouTube wasn't even invented yet. And I didn't know of really very many other people who stitched. And if they did, say, oh yeah, well, I stitched 10 years ago, but I haven't stitched for a long time. So I really felt like I was on an island by myself for a long time. And, there wasn't a lot of choice in fabrics. You can have any color you want as long as it's white. Most people still stitched on Aida. There were some that may have stitched on linen, but most of it would have been Aida. Excuse me. And so I just stitched on one thing, and I didn't even really think about starting anything else until after that was finished, and that was fine. But I'm glad when I was a new stitcher that I didn't try to do a bunch of things at once, because that would have overwhelmed me and I would have been discouraged like really fast. So just try not to overwhelm yourself and take it easy and do a little bit at a time, whatever you feel like is comfortable for you. This is our hobby. We want to enjoy it. And so if something's starting to frustrate you, stop, regroup and do it a different way. No harm there. Okay, so I found my sweet spot. That's a long-winded way of saying I found my sweet spot. So yeah, just sit there and stitch, because you may hear me jabber a lot in this episode, more so than usual. So anyway, one of the projects that I'm working on is called Barn Sweet Barn. It is a sow by Fat Quarter Shop. And they did it last year, and then they did it again this year, and they had a different star. And I was like, I like that star a lot better. And I had started last year's and was a little frustrated with it. So I started this one. I like it much better. And this is one where I like to stitch this a lot on stitch days when I can talk more and I don't have to count so much because it's a very repetitive pattern, but it's really nice. So this is what January looks like. Okay, so there's the star. And it has 3 colors to it. So you can see there's a darker blue, a lighter blue, and then white. So all that in the middle, it's not just that they've left the fabric, it actually is white. And it does look better when you stitch white, I can tell you that. Excuse me. I bought a wooden barn, and I painted the barn, and I'm going to repaint it because it's a flat paint, and I'm going to repaint it to make it shiny because I got some glossy colors. They're going to be the same colors, but what I plan on doing is once I get this stitched, I'm going to put magnets on it and put like magnets on the barn, and that way I can change them out with each one. Now, here's where I am so far. Hold on. Okay, I forgot to bring this. Hold on a minute. Let me get this. So, I bought... and I had found my other one, now I can't find it, but I bought, this is the 18 by 18 design board from Lori Holt, okay? So I told myself I was going to put my projects up here so that you can see it a little bit better. And I had found my smaller one, and then I lost it again because I'm redoing my craft room and it's a mess in here. So anyway, let me put it up here. That's better. Okay. Here we go. So that's what I've got so far. This is stitched on 25 count white Lugana. And I really like stitching on that 25 count. It's kind of like a 12.5 count Aida is what it would be. Stitching over 2 with 2 strands. And I've still got it in the frame here. But, and especially for those of you who are new, I don't have it stretched because you turn the Q-snap like that on the sides and it stretches it. So I pushed it in because I'm currently working on this. I'm not ready to put it up. So to give my fabric a little bit of a break, I just turned them in so it's not continuing to be stretched. And then when I'm ready to work on it again, I'll stretch it. Now, once I change this out and I get another project, this Q-snap is coming off. A lot of people, if their hoop or their Q-snap, if they use it and it goes around and the whole project fits inside, they won't change it out, which that wouldn't make much difference. But I'm in the habit of taking them off just to give my fabric a little bit of a breather. I just think that's a good idea to do that. Now, again, that's personal preference, but that's just, I think it's called best practice, I think. So all of these stars have white. So here's my white. And then this one has, and these are all DMC. This one's 157, which is the lighter one. And then 794 is the darker blue. So just 3 colors. And I went ahead, I bought the entire pack from Fat Quarter Shop. So it's the whole pack of all the colors that you need. So even if I run out, it's DMC, it'll be easy for me to get more. So that's a good thing. All right, now this is, I'm gonna move this over. Figure out where I'm gonna put all my stuff here. Okay, so this next one is called Tea Time. It's So Emma, which is also part of Fat Quarter Shop. This is the current Stitch Quarterly that I'm working on. So here it is. This is what it'll look like when it's done. I'm really enjoying this one. Okay, and all right, come here, board. I'm going to use the big board because I can't find my small board because I feel very disorganized right now. But anyway, that's okay. Oh, that looks so much better. Okay, so there's where I am. I've got quite a bit done. This is stitched on 28 count mushroom Lugana. And it's DMC colors. And I love the way the little bird turned out. I love my little bird. And the teacup is just cute. I love that teacup. But I've got a friend who's been eyeing this as I've been working on it. So I'm probably going to finish this kind of like Priscilla and Chelsea finished theirs, because their finishing techniques have really taken off, which is understandable because they're really cute finishes. So I'll probably finish it kind of like that and then gift it to my friend. So let me show you the colors. Oh, and the needle minder got stuck to it. I love this little needle minder. Is that not cute? Hold on, let me do that. It's so cute. And it's really sturdy too. It's a good needle minder. But see all these pretty colors. Got 518 white. Let's see, 962, 3731, 517, 988, 963, and 4. So all the pretty colors. And you don't have to be a member of the Stitch Quarterly Club to get these patterns. Once they put them out, and once everybody in the club gets theirs, you have the option, you can buy the pattern and just the pattern by itself. So you can choose what fabric you want, all that. Or you can buy the whole thing with the bag, the project bag and everything. And you can just buy the ones that really interest you, and you don't have to be a member of the club. So if it gets to the point where I feel like I'm getting kits that I'm kind of like, don't really care for that, then I will just stop the club. You can stop at any point. There's no obligation to do it a certain time or anything like that, which is really good. And speaking of that, I actually, I will have a giveaway a little bit later, and it is one of the Stitch Quarterlies, which I forgot to bring over to the table. So I'll see if I can find that really fast. I thought I would, every time, you know, I think I'm organized and then, nope, but that's okay. All right, let's see this, and let's see, this one is month to month October, stitching with the Housewives, and it's they have a month to month, and it's got a little barn on it and stuff, and it also has a small round, and so this is the small round up here. It says pumpkins, and here's the October. Now what I'm doing, I'm changing this up a little bit because October is my birth month. So instead of the bird on this leaf, I'm putting a number 6, and I'm just finding like a free chart online to do the numbers. And then down here in the barn above the door, I'm going to put 1973 for the year that I was born. So if you're watching this now and you're doing the math, you know that I have already celebrated my birthday, and I have already turned 50. So we'll talk about that here just a little bit, because I got a little story that some of you may, if you're already past 50, you'll be able to identify with this very well. So let me put this up here so we can see it well. I love this board. And I can hold it up like this, and it's like, because it's got like the felt stuff, it's sticking to it. I love Lori Holt, she's awesome. Okay, so here's what I've got. I've made some progress here. And as you can see up here where that bird was, I've got my 6, okay? I'm gonna come around this so I can't see. And then I'm gonna work my way over with these pumpkins. So I'm working on the 3rd pumpkin, and then I've basically just got the barn left. Yeah, that's about it. I've got the barn, and then I'm going to put 1973 on the barn. This is stitched on 20, well, there, yeah, I said it was sticking, and there it goes. Okay. Welcome to the Carla Comedy Show. Oh, man, you gotta love it when things just don't work right. All right, let's try this again. Let me see if I can hold it. Okay, this is where I'm gonna need my smaller board. Okay, so again, sorry, this is a 28 count mixed berry Jobelin, and this is stitched over to, the colors are Classic Color Works. And the colors are Bean Sprout. So there's Bean Sprout. And then I've got Black Coffee and Pumpkin Harvest. And then this one was, what's the name of the color? I had lost, somehow I lost one of my tags. And so I had to put this brown on one of my Black Coffee ones, but hazelnut. Because I had to look back here. Okay, this is hazelnut. Okay, so it's those 4 colors that I am using, and I have been enjoying it. And I'm seeing some, when I first started stitching, like I'm not going to change it because I think it makes it interesting. But if you notice the pumpkin up here, I was actually going across when I was stitching. So the variegation looks like it's horizontal stripes. But then when you get down to the bottom pumpkins, I started going up and down because pumpkins have their little grooves that go up and down. So I thought that would be better. And it is, and I like the variegation going up and down better. And what I'm actually doing is when I'll stitch down and then I flip my pattern upside down and then I'll stitch back up and then go up and down. So for those of you who are newer to stitching, if you're asking, what do you mean upside down? Okay, so what you can do is you can, okay, I just found this needle. I didn't realize my needle was there. So anyway, one of the rules is to keep your stitches, like if your top leg laying over on your X is, let's say, the left one, then you want to make sure all of your X's have the left leg going over the top. And then your right leg's on the bottom. If you turn your pattern, like if your pattern is like this and you just turn it completely upside down, like do a 180, you can continue stitching and your X's will still be laying the same way. And the reason that I turn my pattern sometimes is because sometimes when you're starting a new X, depending on where it is, it could be coming up through the hole that you just went down into, and it's going to undo your floss. So to prevent that, and for me to keep my stripes going without having to also then like go back to the top and trail thread going back to the top to go down again, I just turn it upside down. It saves some floss, and then I just stitch down and then flip it and go back up. Some people might find that irritating, and so they may not do that, and that's okay. It's not a big deal to me, so I do that. And, you know, no big deal. I don't worry about it. So the only thing you don't want to do is you don't want to turn it sideways. I have done it before where I've turned it sideways, and if you turn it sideways and you're not thinking about it, your X's will not look, the legs are not going to lie the same way. So instead of turning it sideways, like if I'm going across, I just go straight down, and then I will start over on the other side if I'm doing a border, and I will go straight down. Now, so you can turn it upside down and right side up, the whole, however many times you need to, but just if you're going down the sides, you can go down the sides this way, or you can turn it 180 and you can go down the sides. But just don't do that and turn it up sideways, because that's not going to work well. Now, if you don't care, if you're stitching just because you like to stitch and you're stitching for the fun of it, and you don't care how your X's lay, you're just doing it because you enjoy doing it, go for it. Don't worry about it. But because I do put stuff into the state fair, and sometimes I don't know what I'm going to be putting in the state fair, I want to make sure that all of my X's are lying in the same direction. Okay, so just letting you know that. All right, now I have a finish. So I actually finished this over the weekend, This is My Angel Mother by Finally a Farm Girl. It's Chrissy at Finally a Farm Girl. Very sweet lady. But this is it. It's a, excuse me, monochromatic. This is all done with DMC Black 310. And so it says, all that I am or hope to be, I owe to my angel mother. And I liked it, first of all, because I have a good relationship with my mom and I love her very much. And I really resonated with this quote. And it's also Abraham Lincoln. And I share the same hometown as Lincoln, which is Hodgenville. And so I just have a, I don't know, he's one of my favorite, well, he actually is my favorite president. And I owe part of that to coming up in the same hometown, and we have the Lincoln Day celebration each year, and just being around all of that, but just admiring who he is and what he stood for and all of that. So I have a finish. So I'm done with this. All right, here it is. Yay! All right, I'm done. This is stitched on a 14 count parchment Aida by Fabric Flair. So this is screen printed on, and I did use the black. I thought the black would look good, so I used that. And so probably what I'm going to do is put this in a frame, but not put glass on it. I think I'm going to finish it kind of like Priscilla and Chelsea do, and have it in the frame and just do it that way. And I don't know, I've got a Lincoln portion of my library downstairs, so I think I may put it there. So we'll see. So that's my finish. Okay, now let's see. I thought, sorry, I'm not trying to turn my back on you or anything, but I had my giveaway was actually, it is a Stitch Quarterly. So hold on just a second. Let me see. I keep leaving you, don't I? I'm sorry. That's part of it. Let's see. And I thought that I had, and now watch, I won't be able to find it. Well, I thought I had set it aside. I may have to, oh, there it is. I knew I'd set it aside. Jeez. You're all going to be, I don't think I'm going to watch this anymore. It's like, she is not organized at all. So anyway, so let me show you my new Stitch Quarterly, and then I'm going to show you what I'm giving away. And then we will go on with our other stuff. Okay, now, last time that I did a Stitch Quarterly reveal, I had not seen it yet. And I couldn't stand it. So this time I actually did look at it, because it's like as soon as they come out, Kimberly at Fat Quarter Shop, you know, they start, putting out little advertisements about it and all this stuff. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to see it whether I want to or not. So anyway, I thought I would go ahead and look, and I thought then I'll just do the reveal for you. So this is they do, basically because it's every 3 months, they do seasons. So this is the fall one. So here is it always comes with a project bag. So here's the bag. Now, these are vinyl, and they're large enough where you can stitch your own pattern on here. And there was a tutorial that they had out where you can actually learn how to stitch on this bag. Some people have been using regular floss, some use like a number 5 pearl cotton, and so it's really interesting to see they've actually created patterns that will fit on these bags. I haven't stitched any yet, and I love this little design. I don't know if I'm going to put anything on here. I might later on. But anyway, here's the bag, and it's the same on both sides. All right, let's see what's in here. Okay, so the pattern is called Fall Harvest. And this is the September Stitch Quarterly. So there's that. Let me get it out of this so you can see it a little bit better. and then I can put it back later. Okay, so Fall Harvest. And they always give you this little pamphlet where it tells you, it shows you everything that's inside. Okay, so this comes with the pattern itself, and they give you the retail value of it. So we have the pattern. This measurement is about 6.5 by 8. Then it tells you the fabric you get. You also get floss. They have, usually there's some kind of little kitschy kind of thing. Sometimes they always give you a needle minder, and they always give you the bag and the floss and the pattern and fabric. So you always get that. Then you might get like maybe a little tube of lotion, or you might get a floss picker, like if you have to frog something. This time they have pumpkin floss drops, and these floss drops they're from Lori Holt, Be In My Bought It, and they are, it looks like they are reusable. Yes, they're reusable, and you can use little stickers on it. So here's the pattern. This is just really cute. There you go. There's the pattern. Got a little basket with some fruit and a pumpkin, and it looks like it's sitting on a little tablecloth. And then I'll show you the fabric that it actually has that. This printing on here is not part of the pattern. It's on the fabric. Okay, so let me put that to the side and show you the fabric. The fabric is by Fabric Flair. I love Fabric Flair. They're awesome. This is called Autumn Splendor Sampler, and it's a 14 count Aida, and they gave me a 14 by 15 piece. So you can, let's see, where's the, it's like, where do I open it? So give you an idea. All right, it's a good sized piece. So there's the fabric. Isn't that cute? It's screen printed. It's not dyed. They do all theirs by screen printing. So I think that's so cute. It's got words like breeze and corn and autumn, fall. So there's all these little words on there. So it's just really cool. So if you really like this fabric that maybe you want to stitch something else on it, it is called Autumn Splendor Sampler. That's the name of the fabric, and it's Fabric Flair. Their fabric isn't super cheap. Let's see, the retail value for this piece of fabric is $13.48, and that's for a 14 by 15. Okay, and then here's all these are the DMC, and they always give you a needle. Usually it's a John James needle, which John James is a good brand. But here are the colors. Aren't they the prettiest fall colors? I just love it. Very pretty fall colors. So they give you everything you can need to start. Everything you need to start. Okay, and here is the needle minder. Is that not the cutest thing? Look at the needle. The needle minder is always a reflection of the pattern, of course. And then I looked at these and I did a little squee, I think. These are reusable floss drops, which, you know, I make my own floss drops. I've done video tutorials on floss drops, but these are reusable, which is really cool. So there they are. I like them. They're made, let's see. They're great for labeling with floss number stickers, which I think are in here. So let me see if I can. They're plastic. Let me see if I can. And there's a little bee on here for Bee in My Bonnet. So see the shine on there? So you can tell that's plastic. I don't know if you can hear that, but that we'll do ASMR. How's that? There you go. You know how I like ASMR videos, but you know how they tap everything almost to the point where it's kind of like, okay, that's a little overkill. It's like everything is tapped. So they have, and I don't know if there are stickers in here or not. It doesn't look like it, but you can put stickers on there. And I guess the stickers come off pretty easily, I would hope, or that would just completely negate any part of the reusable part. So anyway, that is this quarter's Stitch Quarterly kit. So if you like this pattern and you would be interested in stitching that, you can buy the pattern by itself. Or if you want to have it rocking and rolling and ready to go, then you can buy the whole thing. I think the actual value of this is about $51 or $52. And I think I may save like $5 or so each time that I have one, which it's not a huge ton of savings, but all you do is they automatically send you an email and tell you, okay, your Stitch Quarterly's coming. They send you an invoice and then you pay for it and then they just send it. So that's all you have to do. You don't have to look for it. You don't have to go to the site and order. They do all that for you. So if you like that kind of stuff, then you may want to look into it. All right, let me see if I can figure out where to put this stuff. Okay, so now that we've seen that, there was one that came in where I was kind of like, not my cup of tea, but somebody else may really like this pattern and they may really enjoy stitching on it. Now, I will tell you with this particular one, this was from December of last year. I did take the fabric, and I'll tell you what fabric it is in case you want it, but I did take the fabric to use for another project. So this giveaway will not have the fabric in it, but it should have everything else. So let me go through it. So this is December Stitch Quarterly, December 2022, and this is the project bag, okay? And so what you get is, let me show you the pattern, see if you're interested. This one, the theme is Holly Jolly. And this is Lady Claus. Okay, so there she is. It's Santa Claus's wife. So there she is. And the patterns are I can't show you, of course I can't show you the pattern, but they're very, very easy to read. And this one has large color sections, so it would be easy to stitch. So the fabric that goes with this is a 14 count minty green opalescent Aida. Okay, so it's minty green opalescent Aida by Zweigart. And so here's the other, let's see, where's my other stuff? Okay, so this one, this has the floss. Now I have not opened this. So these are the colors that you get. You also get, I believe it's a size 26. They usually include a size 26. That's a John James needle, okay? And you also will get the Mrs. Claus needle minder. Okay, so I was looking at it and I thought I had everything else in here, but let's see. All right, it's the Unstitcher by Lori Holt, and it is not, I don't have it in here. I have put it elsewhere. So you would get the bag, the pattern, you would get a bag, pattern, needle, and floss. So that's what you get. So you get these two. I put these two things in here so that you can see, if you do want some of this other stuff, then you can see what you would get. So bag and pattern and needle minder, floss, and needle. So not a complete Stitch Quarterly. And part of that because I have been very scattered and unorganized. But if you are interested in this pattern and would like it, the only thing you really need to start this is you would need fabric. That's it. You don't need the unpicker or whatever it is that came with this, but all you need, because you got needle thread and pattern and project bag to go. So you would just need fabric. And so that way you can choose whatever fabric you would like to put on her, or if you've got fabric in your stash that would go with her, then you can put her on that. And I'm leaving all the listing of stuff in there. So if you do want the specific fabric that goes with this, then you will know exactly what to get. So if you are interested in this, then what I would like for you to do in the comments is to tell me one of your favorite things about Christmas. You know, whether it's spending time with family, if you enjoy drinking hot cocoa by the fire, whatever it happens to be. Just tell me one of your favorite things about Christmas. Please don't mention giveaway or prize or anything like that, because that really invites the scammers to come in, people who don't stitch and they kind of want to horn in and get stuff just so they can turn around and sell it and get money. So I would really like for this to go to someone who appreciates getting stitchy stuff and that you really like the pattern. So, you know, I did not intend to stitch this. So I would like for this to go to a home that will love her. So again, just let me know something that you enjoy or one of your favorite things about Christmas. I will put your name into a drawing if there's more than one, multiple. And what I'll do is I will have my husband draw out a name, and then that person will win this. And then I will not put it in the comments anywhere, but I will announce it on my next video, which my next video is going to be a Stitch With Me. It won't be a regular FlossTube, but I will still announce the winner of this. And then I'll make sure I get that. I'll get contact information from you. Okay. All right. So I will leave her here in safekeeping until she goes to a better home. Okay. So now, let's see, let me talk to you about some haul that I got. I got a couple of pieces of haul. And this first one is Kitty and Me Designs and Pamela Kellogg is the designer. And this is called Crazy Patriotic Hearts. And I really, something about this just really captured my attention. And so this is the pattern. Okay. I just thought that was really cool. Stitching it, you know, for 4th of July, or maybe stitching them separately and making little pillows or something for that. So let's see, that board didn't work. Let me try this again. Okay, let you have a really good look at it. And again, that's called Crazy Patriotic Hearts by Kitty and Me Designs. And of course, I'll have that listed in the description. Okay, then this one, this is from Pansy Patch Quilts and Stitchery, and it is called Bluebirds and Bluebells Sampler and Smalls. This was a big thing. It's got a big sampler and then a bunch of little smalls, of course. And this was designed and stitched by Lori, I guess, Pingelli. So let me get this out of the bag so you can see it better. Okay, there we go, that's better. Okay, so there's the sampler and you can see some of the smalls there. So what I'm thinking about doing, I bought this because I wanted some kind of a family sampler. And I want to put the names of all of my grandparents, my parents, my brother, my niece, my husband, you know, all these people in the sampler. And I thought, well, where would be the best place to put that? And I couldn't really find a place inside that I wanted to put that. So I decided that I would use their initials and the year that they were born, and just incorporate them into the border. And so their names and the dates that they were born will make up a good portion of the border. And then I'll have pieces of the border that are in there too. But I thought that would be a really cool place to put their names, and just to honor my heritage and my relatives. And so there you go. I really like the motifs in this one. I love the house. You've got the family with the, you've got a dog, and you got parents, and it says Bluebirds and Bluebells fill a garden with joy, and love fills a home with happiness. And I just like the colors on it. I just think it's really pretty. And I have yet to complete a sampler, so I'm ready to do that. And the pattern is very easy to read, and I really like the way that patterns are printed now. For the most part, they're just easy to read. Now, some patterns are not easy to read at all, even if they've been printed on a computer. They're so jumbled up, and it's just like, oh my goodness. I've gotten some before where it wasn't even worth anything, not anything at all. Okay, now let me talk about this past weekend. So, first of all, let me tell you my little joke. So, my husband is a few years older than I am. Not by very much, a few years older, about 4.5 years older. When he turned 50, it was literally day of or 1 or 2 days after he got an invitation to join AARP. Now, it stands for retired people, but he's not retired, still is not retired. I'm not retired. So we're like, what the heck? But apparently this happens to all of us. So my birthday was last Friday, which was October 6th, turned 50. I left for Eastern Kentucky, and I had a little weekend getaway, and it was my birthday gift to me because 50 is a big milestone year, And so I thought, you know what? I'm not going to mope around. I am going to celebrate this gift that I've been given, and I'm going to, just have a good time. Well, I came home late Sunday afternoon, stopped at the mailbox and got the mail. I figured my husband was pretty busy this weekend himself, and he didn't have time to get the mail. Okay, so I got the mail and got back to the house, started looking through it. There's a letter from AARP addressed to me, and I opened it up, and it says, "Welcome to the 50s Club." I was like, oh, gee, thanks so much. So they want me to join for $16 a year, and I'm thinking, nope, no thank you, I'm not going to. I'm not retired, first of all. I know that you may have some benefits there, but yeah, I would much rather join the Red Hat Society, the ladies who wear the red hats and the purple dresses. I am all about that because I love purple. And I just think it's an overstatement of things, but it's very fun. So if I were to join any club at this point, it would probably be that one. So anyway, I had a laugh, and I had to send a text to my husband. I said, guess what came in the mail? And he laughed his head off because it's my turn now. So if I got it Sunday, that means either it came in on my birthday or it came in one day after my birthday. I'm like, do they keep a database of all of us and they have our birth dates? I mean, how creepy is that? I just think that's really creepy. And when his came in, I'm like, that's really creepy. But anyway, so the invitation came in, which I will not accept. And I'm perfectly okay with not accepting that. So if you are a member of AARP, please don't take offense at that, because I know I looked at some of the things they offer, and they offer some good services, but I'm just, it's not for me. It may be for me later, you know, it may be for me later. I may change my mind. I do change my mind sometimes, but not right now. But I just thought it was really funny because it came in like bam, just like that. My husband told me, he said, you're going to get it immediately. And I did. He was right. Okay, so let me tell you about my weekend. All right, so there is a yarn and cross stitch shop in Eastern Kentucky, and it is called Bluegrass Blessings Yarn and Cross Stitch Shop. It is in a town called Greenup, and the county is also Greenup. And so I wanted to go there because in Kentucky, we really don't have an LNS anymore. I mean, there was one in Louisville. That was the closest one, which is 45 minutes north of me. And it was a good shop, but the owner sadly passed away and it has closed. I do not know of any other cross-stitch shop. I mean, yeah, you can go to Michael's and Joann's, but it's not an actual cross-stitch shop. Hobby Lobby is not an actual cross-stitch shop. So this is the only one that I knew of. And I knew that the owner was active in our Bluegrass Stitchers group. And I had seen where she posted some things. And so then I started following her page, and I'm like, I need to go see these people. I mean, she does a stitch day, and there's a co-owner with her now. She enlisted the help of another lady who you will see shortly. And so they run the shop together, and they host a stitch day every Saturday normally it's from 10 to 2. And it's every week. And there's a small group of ladies who go there, and they are there every time. So they formed these really wonderful friendship bonds. And so I told her that my birthday was coming up and I wanted to celebrate it with them. I wanted to have this weekend away. And she thought that was awesome. And she said, I'll see if the ladies are okay with having the shop open extended hours on that day, just to make your trip worthwhile. Because for me, it's a 3.5-hour drive. I'm going from the center of the state, because I live like right smack in the middle of the state, and going all the way, and they are all the way on, it's kind of the northeastern edge of the state. So the Ohio River is right there. And so, you know, it's a little bit of a drive. So I spent a couple of nights there. But it was so sweet that just for me that she would hold the shop open. And I know that they really enjoy having guests, and other visitors have come too. So it's not that it was just me, you know, I never thought that, but just that she would do that for me. And I just thought that was awesome. So the shop was open until 5 instead of 2. So it kept it open an additional 3 hours. So I went there and I met all these lovely ladies, and we just had the best time. They ordered lunch in for us, so we had some pizza, and we just talked about so many different things. And I mean, these ladies are a hoot. They are lively, and they are wonderful ladies, and I just had the best time Saturday. I thoroughly enjoyed myself, and I was so glad that I took the time to make that trip to go see them. I feel like I've got new stitchy friends. And let me tell you, they welcomed me with wide open arms, and I felt like I'd found my people. And it's nothing against the stitching groups that I'm in E-Town, Litchfield, because I love those ladies dearly too. But I feel like I've just added some more to my family. You know when you're with your people. And actually the owner and I were talking about that when you go into a room, when you have met your people. And it was very comfortable. And they welcomed me, and they pulled me into the conversation. And it was just like I was one of them. And they're kind, and they're just full of life. And I felt like I learned a lot from them, and I learned about them. And I hope that they were blessed by my visit with them as much as I was blessed by being with them. And so I had asked the owner, Diana, if it was okay for me to interview the ladies and just videotape them and have them talk about how long they've been stitching and what they're working on, that kind of thing. Because, and if you yourself are a floss tuber, which I know there are some fellow floss tubers who watch my channel as well, you know what I'm talking about when you first start doing this and you're in front of the camera like this. It takes a little bit to put yourself out there, and you're like, oh my goodness, people are going to be watching me. And so, I just told them, I said, just talk to me. Don't even worry about the camera, just talk to me. And I knew that you all would be interested in their story, because we're always interested when we're able to connect in some way with other stitchers and see what they're doing and get ideas from them. I mean, that's why we watch FlossTube, right? To get ideas for projects, and just to have that fellowship, to know that we're not alone, and that we can share this hobby with other people. So if they wanted to say something, they did. If they weren't comfortable with it, I didn't push the issue. I did not want them to feel uncomfortable. And so if they did, great. If they didn't, that was fine. And so we did that. And then I interviewed the owner and her partner, and they showed me the shop. And so you'll get to see the inside of the shop and some of the different things that are there. And I hope that you enjoy that. And so I just show you different things that are offered in there. And they don't have an online presence per se. They have a Facebook group, and you can order things from them. They've sent things to people out of state. That's not an unusual thing. So, if you're interested, you can give them a call, you can send them an email, and, you can get in contact with them. And I will put up information for you, like for their phone number, so that if you want to give them a call, you can. But for the most part, I wanted you to see this little shop that we have, and hopefully at some point we'll have more shops in our state. And for those of you who do have an LNS close to you, just be thankful. And I know that you appreciate having that. But I hope that I can go visit with them again. And it is a little bit of a drive, but it's beautiful country. The eastern part of the state it's the beautiful countryside. And with this time of the year where the leaves are changing on the trees, oh my goodness, it was gorgeous, because that's the Appalachian Mountain region. And it was just beautiful. The drive was gorgeous, and I was just able to take my time and go at my own pace. And then I enjoyed the whole day with them. And it was just so much fun. So I just wanted to say thank you again to those ladies. I really enjoyed it. And I want to show you, they got me a birthday present. I was not expecting anything. I just wanted to spend the day with them. But they did get me, I got this little bag. It says Bluegrass Blessings Yarn and Cross Stitch Shop. And it says, getting through the day, one stitch at a time. And so here's the bag. It's a little canvas bag. Very cute. And then there was a card inside, and I'll show you the card. Very interesting. I haven't seen a card like this before. It's kind of got that vellum cover on it. And then inside, all of these ladies in the group signed and said they were happy that I was there with them, and just very sweet. Make sure I'm not covering up anything, but that was awesome. That was awesome. So I got that card, and then they got me a little gift. It came in this pretty little bag. It says, "Thank you for supporting my small business." Isn't that cute bag? I love it. Love polka dots. And so inside the bag, there were 3 skeins of DMC floss, 505, 304, and then the 3865, which is the really bright white. And so I got Christmas colors. And then this says Bluegrass Blessings. Let's see, where's my... Now I need my small one because this one's like too big. So that says Bluegrass Blessings. Has the little buttons down at the bottom there. So I've got some buttons. And then this one has a claw hook, and it has wiring in here for the makings of, there we go, the makings of a scissor fob. And then this one has, it has 2024. So I just thought that was the sweetest thing that they gave me something, gave me a card and gave me that. So just very supportive, very sweet ladies. And I do hope I get to join them again because I just really enjoyed that day. But I do want to show you the haul that I got from their shop so that you can see what I got, because I went a little crazy. It's okay. I got this one from Bent Creek. It's called Gertie Gobble. And if you know anything about Bent Creek, the ladies, the 2 ladies who run that, they're sisters, and one of them, her husband also helps with all this stuff. But I got this one for Thanksgiving. Isn't that cute? They love sheep. Sheep are cute. And then this one, I love barns. Barns are awesome. So this is called Bitty Barns Autumn and Winter. And this is Annie B's folk art. Okay, so there are those. Okay, and then I also got the Bitty Barns Spring and Summer, because you know if you got autumn and winter, you're going to have spring and summer. And again, that's Annie B's folk art. Okay. And then, because I love Primrose Cottage, I love those ladies, I love snowmen. My Christmas theme is always snowmen. So Snowplace Like Home. Okay. I also got some fabric. This measures about 18 by 20. I think is a 14 count Aida, and I do think it's fabric flare. I'm not sure, it's called Twilight, but I liked it. I thought, ooh, this would be good for either Halloween or winter time, either one. So there it is. Isn't that cool? I love that print. It's called Twilight. And the side, if you look at the side here, that's what tells me it's screen printed. So I'm thinking it's fabric flare, but I'm not absolutely sure. It doesn't say on the tag. But I really liked it. I was like, ooh, I need that. Because, you know, it's not wanting, it is needing, right? I bought my first, I thought, I don't need to get this, but then I did. Some of you may have done some of the Hawk Run Hollow stuff. This is the farms of Hawk Run Hollow. I love farms, I love barns, I love the countryside. This is Carriage House samplings. And so this is the farms of Hawk Run Hollow. And I just love all the little animals and things on there. And I don't know if I want to stitch this as one piece or if I want to stitch it as separate pieces. Or maybe do a few, like 3 or 4 smaller ones, or if I want to do pillows. I'm not sure yet. Not sure. Although I am sure what I want to do with this. So somebody had showed me, let's see, it was on, I think, one of my stitch groups on Facebook, and they showed where somebody had a red sampler wall. You know, you always have the red samplers going on. Well, this is called Blue Rhapsody. It's a blue sampler, has 2 shades of blue in it. And this is from Rosewood Manor. The designer is Karen Kluba. So let me show you this first, okay? All right. I love this. This is gorgeous. Beautiful. Love the butterfly and just all the frilliness of it. Okay, now, imagine this, even though it's called Blue Rhapsody, imagine this not blue, but purple. Purple and lilac. What do you think? I think I should start a purple sampler wall, because this is not enough, right? Right? Yes, you say right, okay? But I think this would be gorgeous in 2 shades of purple. So I have decided to start a purple sampler wall. So I'm ready. Now this one I had debated. I keep going back to this pattern constantly. It's another Primrose Cottage stitches. And I was like, no, you don't need it. But I really like it. Welcome to the North Pole. It's very popular. A lot of people have been doing it. And I've actually thought about doing some smalls with it rather than doing the whole thing. I don't know. But in case you haven't seen this, there it is. Welcome to the North Pole. This frame is made by the girl's dad. Okay, he does a lot of woodworking. But I thought, and you know, he has an Etsy shop, but his stuff, I mean, he runs out of his stuff all the time because he makes them by hand. It takes a long time. I don't see, though, why somebody around here couldn't do something similar to this. Now, I don't know that I'm going to put it in that kind of frame. You know, it looks really cool, but I definitely wanted this pattern, and I ended up getting it while I was at the shop. And then my last one, I've also gone back and forth about getting one of these, because these are expensive, but they're just beautifully done. And let me see, I don't know if I can show you without showing the pattern. And now I've got to figure out how to open this thing again. I finally broke down and I bought a Hands Across the Sea sampler. Oh my gosh. So one of the things that she does, and this is Nicola Parkman. She's British. So this one is Jane Bannister, 1855. So she has a list of the colors on this beautiful card. And then it's about cats. So she has kittens on the back, and she does there's like a poem here about cats. Okay. And this is a Welsh sampler, and I didn't even really pay attention to that part. But that's really neat because I love, a lot of my ancestry is from that area. I have a lot of Scandinavian ancestry in my blood, and I have some Irish and Scottish, and I don't know that Wales enters the picture, but I still really like this. I love the colors of it. But this is Jane Bannister, 1855. So that's what this one looks like. I love the pastel colors in this. I just think it is beautiful. And again, I'm really wanting to get into doing more sampler work. And here's the back of this is a book. It's not even a booklet, it's a book. So the back of the book with the colors again. I'm trying to find, oh, okay, so this is here's the middle of the book, okay? And then, let's see, on some of these pages, let's see, I don't know if I can cover this or not. Let me see if I can cover it. I'll have to do this carefully. you see those on the side, like what I'm covering is part of the pattern, and then you'll see little pictures like that. And it's just, well, I didn't hold it up long enough, sorry. Oop. You did kitty cat. And it's just beautifully done. And then at the front, Nicola is very good about, she's very into the history of the samplers, because when girls stitch samplers, they didn't do it for fun. They were stitching samplers to learn specific types of stitches in order to be able to, you know, work on clothing mainly. But sewing was just a basic skill that they needed to have. And so they weren't doing it for the fun of it. It was actually a task that they did. We do it, of course, for fun because we love it. And we don't have to do it. But this is like at the front of the book. This is telling the history behind Jane Bannister. Okay. And then, I mean, and it goes on. That's the next 2 pages. And then you start to get into the actual pattern. And the patterns are printed very clearly. They're very nice. Looks like they're easy to follow. And so it just beautiful. And it I will tell you the price of it because it's basically the same in different spots. $36 was what I paid for this. It's like, oh my gosh, but you're not just paying for the pattern, you are paying for the work that goes into creating the pattern, all this stuff that she did on the history of it, which is just so fascinating because I love history anyway. But that's just, I mean, that's it. That's what I've got right now. And we're at 1 hour and 11 minutes. So if you're still hanging in there with me, awesome, awesome. So this next part is going to be interviews with some of the ladies that come during Stitch Day. And you are then, after the interviews with the ladies, then there will be a tour of the Bluegrass Blessings shop. And I didn't take many pictures at all. I actually was focused on getting the video. But I will just put those videos in here now, and then I think that'll pretty much the tour of the shop, and then I'll show you some more pieces there, which I do close-ups of some of the items that they offer for sale in their shop. So that will come at the end, and then that will do it for this video. I will go ahead and tell you right now that the next video that I do, and I try to do it every couple of weeks, but you know, life happens, things get in the way. So I do it as close to that as I can. But the next one, I do plan on doing another stitch with me. That seemed to be, I got some good feedback from that. People seem to like it, and they like the idea that I'm not expecting you to stitch what I'm stitching, but that you can just pull out whatever project you want to work on, and I just talk while I'm stitching. And the last one, I was working on a pattern that was a Kentucky pattern, and so I will probably pull that out again just to work on that while we're stitching. It just seems very appropriate for me to be stitching Kentucky while I'm talking to you, so I'll probably pull that out again. But I hope that you have enjoyed this time with me. Again, just as a reminder, if you are interested in the Lady Claus pattern and getting the bag and the floss and all of that, if you will just simply comment what you enjoy about Christmas, and then I will put your name in the drawing and hopefully be able to get that drawn out when I do my stitch with me, and I'll announce the winner. But just thank you so much for joining me and enjoying the journey with me. I just really appreciate it very much. And I hope you have had a good time with me today. And if you have enjoyed your visit in the craft room, if you'll just click the like button and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. So be creative, be blessed, and I'll see you later. Bye. All right, we are here around the table at Bluegrass Blessings, and these are all the lovely ladies who come here to stitch on Saturdays. So I thought that they could just, we just have a conversation and they could talk about when they stitch, why they like to stitch, when it all started. So is there anyone who wants to start? Okay.
My name is Dell, and my first dated piece is 1968, and I have been traveling around the country with my embroidery, and I have been to 28 different states for needlework functions, and number 29 will be next week.
Awesome.
So I'm having a ball traveling and seeing the country with my embroidery.
So what are you working on right now?
This is a needlepoint piece from the Embroiderers Guild of America's National Seminar that I took in Boston about a month ago.
Neat. Just make sure you don't hold up patterns. We just can't show those. Is there anyone else who wants to?
Oh, you mean we can't show the pattern?
No, it's copyright issues. Yeah, you can show your work.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
show it like this.
Yes, you can show that.
I think
Yeah.
what you're talking about, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yes, this is what I'm working on. I'm Sherry.
Now hold that up again. I didn't catch that.
Oh. Rejoice evermore. That's with thy needle and thread. And I've been stitching for about 40 years. And I love stitching. I love all aspects of it.
Oh, wow.
That's where I'm at here, actually, this way. And
Awesome.
I think that's it, really. I mean, I love stitching here with the ladies. We all enjoy each other's company. It's a great place, great fellowship with everyone.
Awesome.
Okay. My name's Kathy,
Okay.
and I'm stitching this from the blue flower. And here is where I'm cutting to.
Oh, isn't that pretty?
Ooh, wow. That's colorful.
Yeah,
Isn't that pretty?
I have a camper I want to put it in. We stay in Florida. And I've been stitching probably 40 years also, and just love it. And this shop has just made it so much better. And have people to stitch with instead of sitting at home by myself.
Yeah.
So, that's it.
Good.
Yeah.
Is there anyone else?
I do.
Okay.
My name's Lisa, and I've been stitching 30-something years, and I just started working on Christmas Memories by Barefoot Needle Art. And yeah, I love coming here, have a stitchy community. I stitch because it's a stress reliever. A big stress reliever.
Saves lives.
Yeah.
Yes, very much so.
That's it for me.
Okay.
And I'm Connie, and I'm stitching the little thought box houses.
Oh, that's cute.
They're the Four Seasons.
Yeah.
And I've been stitching probably on and off, probably about 40 years. I stitched a long time, I think in the 80s, 90s, stopped. Then my little niece, she started back. Mark started me back. But it's a whole different ballgame than the 90s.
Yes, I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
It's a lot better, isn't it?
Right, right.
Yeah.
And then this shop has just been a blessing, especially when you're only 5 miles from it. So it's wonderful. Best little shop around. Sure is.
And I'm Eileen. I am working on Make-A-Wish medallions through our local EGA chapter. And they let us know what the names are. We put the names in, pop these in the mail. They put it in a frame,
That's cute.
attach it to a bear, and when the kid finishes their wish, they get to keep the bear and the medallion.
Oh,
That's sweet.
that's sweet.
It is. Yeah.
That's great.
That is nice.
Well, this is a lovely group of ladies. I have really enjoyed getting to know you all now. I have some new stitchy friends. And of course, it's always better when you can stitch with other people who enjoy the craft like you do. And I've been in the shop and I've been looking at all the different things. It's just nice to get your hands on it instead of looking at it through a screen. So I appreciate you ladies being willing to let me interview you, and I think our FlossTube community will enjoy this. So, all right, we'll say bye.
Thanks for coming.
Okay, so we're still in the shop, and now we've got a couple more ladies that I didn't get last time. So we're going to let you all talk about what you're doing and when you started stitching and why, or when you started crocheting or knitting, because this shop is also all about yarn as well as the floss. So would either one of you like to go first?
My name's Brandy. I have been crocheting off and on for the past 10 years. In 2020, I did start picking up a little bit of cross stitch and completed a couple of projects. So this is like my third project of starting. It's on a bag.
Now that looks kind of like one of the fat quarter shop bags.
I think it is from there. Yeah. So I don't really know. I got it from here, so it looked really cute, and I was like, I want to try it. And I'm just now learning how to knit. My own first sock ever.
Oh, cute.
I had to take a break, so I'm working on some cross stitch right now. So, and I crochet. So, and I crocheted this up. There is definitely a lot of mistakes. It was like one of my first big projects I ever done.
Oh, it looks so fall-like.
And it's like a shawl. So with have to have the hood and the pockets. Always need pockets. Always need pockets. It was cold this morning. So.
All right. Cool.
I'm Devonna, and I started knitting, I think I was just out of high school, so that's been a while. Probably, honestly, now I'm blanking on how old I am. I'm 35 now, graduated when I was 18, so sometime after that I started knitting, and then at some point I decided to learn to crochet as well, and then whenever I had kids I quit. And I remember making a cross stitch project forever ago, one, and then I just started trying to cross stitch again, but I just brought my sock knitting project with me today because I find it easier where I'm not very good at cross stitching to knit and talk.
Okay. Yeah, I understand. I have to bring certain projects, so that's neat.
But I didn't put the pockets on because I got tired of working on it, so it doesn't have pockets.
Pretty.
Yeah.
He's gonna keep calling me. So.
All right. Well, thank you very much, ladies. All right, we are here at Bluegrass Blessings Yarn Cross Stitch Shop, and we have the owner, and I will actually let both of you introduce yourselves since you know who you are better than I do, actually.
I am Diana Wireman. I'm Stacy Henson.
Okay. So, who is the owner? And so
I was the original owner of the shop. I opened up the shop in the back behind my mom and dad's garage in November of 2019, right before COVID hit. And then of course when COVID hit, the shop more or less shut down. And then I had a friend who was moving to Wyoming who was renting in here and asked me if I wanted to go in half with her. And she had an antique shop in here, so I brought just my cross stitch because our shop is cross stitch and yarn. I brought just the cross stitch in here and took up half the shop. That was in June of 2021, and when that happened, by December of that year, my friend ended up having to completely go to Wyoming. So I ended up taking the whole shop by the end of 2021, and 2022 it was completely Bluegrass Blessings. So in 2022 I had to retire early because I have a physical disability, and by the end of 2022 I was ready to close shop. I could not do this by myself physically. And as I tell everybody, in about September God sent Stacy. And she walked in the shop. She had been here a couple of times before, bought some things. She and her husband had come in and everything. And at the time, my husband and I were getting ready to sell our house, and we needed a handyman, and her husband is a wonderful handyman. She had been in to stitch a couple of times. She had mentioned that he was a handyman. I asked her if he would be willing to come out and do some things. She came and stitched. We hit it off perfectly, and she asked if I might be interested in having a partner. And I don't know what it was. I just felt like God had planned it out perfectly. By the end of 2022, we planned it out that she would become my 50-50 partner. So in 2023, Stacy came on board, and now she's part owner of Bluegrass Blessings.
Wow.
And we have expanded. We started out, when I first came, cross stitch was the biggest pull. Probably about a month ago, we've expanded into this.
Yeah, we brought the yarn into this side.
We brought the yarn over here. We are both fiber enthusiasts. We love anything to do with
Anything to do with needle and thread, yarn, wool, anything.
We love spinning, weaving, knitting, crocheting, cross stitching. We love it all. And we both feel like our mission with the shop is to make it a safe place for people that love these things to come in and be able to share that. And so that's why we did the stitching room, and we have our stitchy gatherings, and we try to make it, we have people at the table back there almost every day the shop is open. And that is one of the most important things to us. That is our biggest mission, is to have that.
People come to learn, to share. We have a few ladies who don't stitch anything, and they just come to visit. And you know, we grow and we learn from each other and encourage each other along. I mean, life's tough. It's nice to have a safe haven.
So this side is our yarn side. We call it our yarn side and our framing side. When we were at Needlework Market this past year, we were blessed to meet Paula and Carlton Fruth from Craft Gallery. Paula has been framing for over 40 years, and she offered to us to come an apprenticeship with her to learn to frame. And so in June, myself and Stacy and another lady who helps us here in the shop, Sherry, we went up there and stayed. She opened up her home, Paula and Carlton did. We stayed with them. She taught us everything she knew about framing cross stitch.
Wow.
And so we came back, we practiced, and now we are a full-blown framing shop for cross stitch. And
Yes, we only do needlework. We don't do like portraits or anything.
yeah, we totally do cross stitch. And so we, this side as well as the yarn, we also do framing over here as well. So, and that has really started to take off. So, and we enjoy it. It was something that we didn't know at first if we would like to do, but we really, really enjoy it. So that's why you see we have some of the frames on the wall, the moldings. We're getting more as we go. We also have the board over here that we like to pin their pieces to. And then play with the frames. Then of course this is all the yarn. Yarn has been a slow go. We're getting more as we go. Then you can see this is one of our spinning wheels. This is Martha. We named our spinning wheels after the different presidents' wives. This is Martha, and this is Jackie. I should say Martha is a Kromsky. And Jackie is a Lindrum. People that want to learn how to spin, we let them practice on these wheels. And then once they get a feel for it and stuff, then they can decide if they want to invest in a wheel or not. So that's what those are. And then we've got our looms over here. These are Ashford rigid head-old looms that are for the tabletops. This loom was donated. It wasn't, I guess it's on loan to us. From a very sweet lady that comes in for spinning lessons.
We're still trying to figure it out.
Yes, it was probably from the 19.
We're not real sure.
We're not real sure, but it's
1940 at the oldest, probably.
But on the side of it, it said Shawnee Mental Hospital. So it was their therapy. That just goes to show you that these things we do are actually proven to be actual therapy for people. So, but we've got it up and going. So if people want to come in and learn to weave, we've got several options that they can learn to weave. And then over here is our cross stitch shop, and it is the biggest part of our of everything. We've got our floss wall, which
It's still growing.
still growing. If you've been to other shops, you know, the craft gallery, we hope one day to have a floss wall like theirs, or the attic or somewhere like that. But we are growing. We've got our floss. We've got some homemade bags. We've also got some silks.
So what brands do you carry right now?
We've got a few DMC. We've got Gentle Arts. We've got Classic Color Works, and we've got Week Style Works. We do carry some needlepoint silks. We also carry dinky dye silks. The only silks that we have a really hard time getting are the Glorianas. That's the ones we've really had a hard time with. So, and then of course we have some models. You can see we kind of put them around wherever we can fit them. We've got them down here. We've got them up on the wall.
Was this the one that you just framed?
Yes.
Framed it this morning.
Yeah, this one.
That is a Kakori, Batakori, I'm probably not saying that correctly. It's a Halloween. The lady that stitched that, it's actually a wedding sampler that she did for her granddaughter. Her granddaughter is getting married on Halloween, so she wanted to do that for her.
That's neat.
So,
Yeah, they even asked the ladies for advice on, is this centered enough before I do the final thing?
yes.
So it looks good. So you have a Facebook page,
Yes.
correct? Now, do you have a place where people can order online, or can they order something through the Facebook page, or do they need to come to the shop?
People can order through us. Either we don't have an online page. We do have an Etsy shop.
Okay.
Our Etsy shop is not very up to date, though. One thing we found, it's hard to keep an online presence in our brick and mortar building. And so, but if there's anything anybody ever wanted and they wanted to order through the shop, like we have a lot of people that live here in Kentucky and want to support a Kentucky shop, so they will call and they will order something through us and we'll ship it to them, which we are more than willing to do. We also have people that message us through our Facebook page and ask for things that and that aren't from Kentucky. I mean, I have sent things to Pennsylvania. I've sent things to Idaho. I've sent things, several places. People have seen the shop and everything and just wanted to support and everything. And so, but as far as an online presence, our Facebook page is probably our biggest presence that we have. So.
Okay. That was another finish.
Yes, our bell went off. That's our finish bell.
So, and you do stitch days every Saturday, correct?
Saturdays are our stitchy gatherings, and it's not just, our biggest thing is cross stitch, but you can come knit, crochet. We have spinners that come. We do weaving, any kind of fiber art. We've had embroiderers that want to come, but yes, stitchy Saturdays are our biggest days. Most people have that day off, and that's when they want to come.
It's usually 10 to 2.
It's usually 10 to 2 is when we usually come. But if we know somebody is coming from farther away, the girls are always game to stay later, and so we just keep the shop open a little bit later. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, and that was the case for me today. I have to say that she said she would keep the shop open later because I had a 3.5-hour drive to get here, and I've really appreciated that. It's been a fun day.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Yeah.
We're glad to have you.
Okay, thank you. So, would you like to show me the rest of the shop here, and
So
everybody can see
Yeah. So when you walk in the shop, you see we have a lot of stands out, and we used to have signs on them for like what designer was on each stand. Well, we can't change them.
Yeah.
We put the signs down. But we do try to kind of keep them, like all the designers, in a specific stand. We did pull out, because we had a big stitch event this past weekend. And so we did pull out and put all our Christmas here,
Okay.
and all our fall and Halloween over
Okay.
there on that table. We usually keep like new things that come into the shop on that table, but we decided to put fall there for this
Okay.
past weekend.
I'm gonna have to look at. I didn't see the fall table. I may have to take a look there.
And this is the Halloween, or the Christmas table, because it's coming up.
And all along the wall is where some of our stitchers who come and stitch let us hang things to brag for a while. So we've got some beautiful stockings that Scarlett has brought in. And of course, there's blackbirds up there. And then there's some things that folks just don't want framed yet. We've got them to where they can just clip them.
Okay.
This was a neat idea that Stacy had with the rulers that you can put up and put the safety pins on them, or the clothespins, and then you can just clip things up there. You know, one of the biggest things when you go to a needle workshop is you want to see models. That's what sells things, and so that's what we try to do, is keep models in, and our stitchers are so good to bring in things that they've done.
Okay. And do you ever request that stitchers, is there any way somebody could stitch up this particular? You do?
Yeah, we do. And they are really good, especially since I've been here a while, I kind of know what they like to stitch. So if I see a pattern that comes in and I think, oh, Eileen would like to stitch this, or oh, Connie would like to stitch this, I will ask them, do you care to stitch this for the shop?
Okay.
And lots of times I will go ahead and kit it for them, and they'll stitch it for me, and then after it's here for so long, I'll say, you can take, usually it's about 6 months. I ask them to leave it here in the shop, and then they can take it.
Great.
Lisa stitched that
The honeycomb.
Yeah. She's a very quick stitcher, and so it's just like, hey.
She stitched
isn't that
this,
pretty?
and so we did it just a flat
quick
fold.
finish, yeah, so it could hang up. And
But we knew that she liked this, so we asked her to stitch it. She's a fast stitcher, so.
Okay. Neat. Very cool.
hang our fabric back on the wall over there. It looks a little messy right now, but so far that has worked out the best for us. We've tried tables, we've tried folding. Folks want to see and feel the fabric, so.
Yes.
We hung it up, we had it folded on tables and it just didn't work out. So we decided to put it on hangers and then divide it by count. People seem to like that a lot.
Yeah.
One of the issues as a small shop with fabric is we don't have a wide variety because we have, most of our stitchers are 32 count stitchers. So when I do an order, it's basically, okay, I'm going to order a lot of this because I don't have, like 40 count, I have one person that stitches 40 count.
Yeah.
So I can't go and invest a lot in 40 count when I don't have that.
All right.
But like this past weekend where we had a lot of people coming in, I tried to get a wide variety because I didn't know what would be coming. So,
But of course, if anybody wants something, we try and order.
oh yeah,
We try to accommodate as much as possible.
yeah, if somebody calls and says, can you get this? Then I'm like, absolutely. I really like Seraphim fabric is the hand dyer that I usually go with. She's been really good to work with me and everything. I really, really like her. So a lot of ours is Seraphim hand dye fabrics.
Yeah, I looked over there, but I haven't really had a chance to really look, so I really want to look over there. But I really like the way that you have it divided by the stitch count. That helps me a lot.
Yes.
So I'm not wasting my time looking like 40 count, which I can't eat. I can't. I can't. Yeah, so that's really nice. I like that. So, is there anything else that you would like to tell them? What do you all primarily do? Like cross stitch or knitting, or what is it that you all like to do personally?
I flip from project to project.
Okay.
Just depends on what kind of mood I'm in.
Okay.
I primarily, I don't even know. Probably cross stitch is probably my number one thing that I do every day. I love knitting.
She's the yarn lady.
Yes, I love yarn, knitting. That is my love passion, but I had some severe tennis elbow issues, and so I've had to kind of not do it every day. If I could, that's what I would be doing. So cross stitch is kind of probably the thing I do every day.
Okay.
I would like to tell anybody and everybody, if they're ever down this way, to come on a stitching day and come in and stitch with us. We would love to have anybody who's down this way to come in.
And we're open Wednesday through Friday from 10 to 5.
Yes.
There's always people at the table, and if not, we'll sit down and talk with you.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll stitch.
Yes.
Any reason to
Yes.
stitch.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that is awesome. I know I have enjoyed my visit very much here, and
glad.
I will be making some other trips here to look at other counties, but I will make sure that I swing by here for sure and say hi to you all and spend some time with the ladies. So I think what I'm going to do is take a closer look at everything in the shop so people can see in detail. And I really appreciate you all taking the time to stop and talk to everybody. And so I've really enjoyed that. So thank you, ladies, very much.
Thank